What's going on, guys? This is Ken from Team Avalon, and I am here to do a deck profile for one of my favorite decks in Vanguard, and it is the one of the best deck in Vanguard right now, due to thanks to set 8 with all the support for this deck. I appreciate it because now I just love to play this deck more and more now. So for people that watch my previous deck profiles for this channel knows that there's only one deck, or technically there's two decks that I freaking love to death, and one of them is not out yet. So obviously is the EVA one that I love to play. So this is the EVA ride line. Same, nothing changed, nothing's taken away, everything stays the same. If you guys play EVA, you guys obviously know what it does. For you guys that don't know, EVA is one of those decks that can really filter out your cards from your deck really fast, and you could drive checks a lot better. Or your chance of drive checking triggers is far more efficient, right? Because the ride lines take out one card each, and if you're going second, the grade 0 draw you a card. So technically you're taking out 3 cards if you're going second, and then the grade 3 kind of on place counterblast 1. Well, not on place, but it's just an act. Is you counterblast 1, you check the top card for how many research order you have onto your order zone, and you can add up to 1 to your hand, and then place everything on the bottom. You don't have to add anything. For example, if when you check, you got nothing but triggers. I wouldn't add any triggers, to be honest. I would add like normal units or orders or anything that you could get out, except for triggers, of course. So I'm gonna move on to must-haves for the deck, which is orders. So I play 4 of the grade 3 orders and 4 of the grade 1 orders, so pretty much 8 orders in total. In total, 8 orders. You don't need more than 8, to be honest with you, because I do play a certain card that allows you to search for your orders. So 8 orders. Grade 1 obviously is the most important one because it gives you your soul charge, it gives you your counterblast back, and also you get to grab your best friend from the deck back to your hand. So she's the grade 1 is mostly important. And then I play the 4 of the grade 3 is because on place you get to check the top 5, you get to call something whatever you want, and it has the other skill is when you soul blast 1, rest 3 of your orders, give 1 of your units 5,000 power, which is really good because if you give it to EVA, the grade 3 EVA, she already is gonna get 5,000 for using her skill to check the top. Now she's gonna get another 5, so in total she's swinging basically persona ride numbers, which is 23. So those are all the orders. Since they're out of the way, now I'm gonna move on to the triggers. So the triggers, I made a small adjustment. It's not like a huge it's not like a very huge thing to change. It's just very tiny bit. If you don't have these, that's fine, which honestly I think you should. I think you do, because you can literally pick these out anywhere now. So obviously the 1 OT, if you're not playing OT in this game in the standard format, you doing something wrong. And I play 3 of fronts, still with the fronts because you still want to hit those powers. And not only that, it's a 20k shield if your opponent's at grade 3. And this is a change right here. So I completely removed the effect triggers, and I start playing the heal triggers now, the generic heals. Reason why is because when you're using the effect triggers, right, if your opponent sees it, if your opponent sees that you drive check it, right, they're not going to play cards, or they're not gonna do anything that gives you that extra 15k on your shield. For example, if I'm playing EVA I'm playing against my opponent that has the effect triggers, the effect heal triggers, right? And I saw they have the effect heal triggers that says it gets 15k if we are opponent attacking with a unit that has one crit other than a trigger effect, which is Oscar Date, grade 3 Oscar Dates. I am not going to play the grade 3 Oscar Date, so you could throw this down and make it a 1 to pass. Okay, I will play the grade 2 Oscar Date because now I actually have options. So if I see you have this, don't expect to see grade 3 Oscar Date. Expect to see grade 2 because I am not gonna give you that extra 15k shield. I just won't. So I see it's kind of pointless to play the heal triggers with the effects now, just because of that reason. Because as an EVA player, I'm gonna expect to see a lot of EVA mains in in Springfest, right? So I'm expecting to see mirror matches. So through to mirror match, I'm not gonna play the effect triggers just because I'm not gonna give them the extra 15k, and they're not gonna give you the extra 15k because they know that, hey, this guy got a heal triggers. They get an extra 15k for, if I'm swinging with my grade 3 Oscar Date. So what is the point of playing the effect heals with my opponent's not gonna give it to me? Okay, and then the last 8 triggers is same thing, 8 crits, because you want to crit your opponent to death. That is your job. Do not play rainbow triggers. I swear to God, do not play rainbow triggers because that is the worst thing you could do for this deck. 8 crits is the perfect amount. Okay, now we move on to grade 1s, the PGs, and of course the Sanctitude, because guard restrict is a thing. And also, if you're grade playing against grade 4, it's free, so why not? 3 Boba mains. Yes, 3 Boba mains. No 4, no 2. 3 Boba mains, because counter charge is still a thing. You still want to counter charge. If you're grade 1, it's not going to be enough of a counter charge. So I play 3 Boba main. 2 of the FGC monster, or Wave Loss, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. It's a really good card. It's a 13k base. If you put it under your Oscar Dates, it is swinging for a good number. It is swinging for a great number. Soul Blast 2, draw 1 card, and it gets an extra 5k during your turn. If you have 3 or more research order, which you probably will. Or most likely will, not probably. So, 13k booster, really, really good. Now, let's move on to your best friends. So, 4 grade 2 Oscar Dates. He is a front row field wiper, a 10k interceptor, and a 15k attacker. So, if he is caught by an effect, unlike the grade 3 where he gets a crit, he gets to board wipe you. The front board wipe you. So, if I'm playing against decks that basically, calls like crazy, he's your man. He's your boy. That's where you use him to get rid of your front row, or your opponent's front row. And of course, 4 of the grade 3 Oscar Dates. The one with the crit, the one that's hitting for 23k without Persona Ride. And when he is caught by an effect, obviously he gets a crit. He is still really good. He's still like one of the best Oscar Dates, even better than grade 2s. He still is the best. So those are the Oscar Dates. 4 and 4, must have. It's non-debatable. I don't want to hear 3-4. I don't want to hear 3-3. I don't want to hear 2-3. No. 4-4. It is a must. Okay, this is, if you play EVA, right? If you're not playing 4-4, don't play EVA. Do not even touch the deck. Sell the deck. Don't even touch it. Don't even look at it. Okay, don't even breathe on it, because you're playing it wrong. Okay, and then of course your persona rights, 3 persona rights, because obviously the 4th one is in your right line. And this is the card that I play as a 2 of that really helps, in my opinion. It is really good. There's a reason why I'm not these 2 are the reason why I'm not playing the grade 2 orders. There's multiple reasons why, but this is one of them. And not only that, I actually took out. If you guys can see on my grade 2 lineup, you guys don't see you guys don't see combined rushers, right? Because these 2 cards replace combined rushers for me. On place, counter blast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 set order, reveal it, and add it to. And if your order zone has a card with the same card name as that card, put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck. Okay. Free order. Okay. On place, counter blast 1. Get whatever order you want. Okay. Really good. Other ability, although, when this unit attacks, choose 2 set orders with the same card name from your order zone. If you choose 2 cards, this unit gets plus 10k. Your order zones is nothing but 1s and 3s. Okay? So it's not hard to choose 2 and give it 10k. 23k attacker. Alone. Better, it's already better than Combined Rush. You know? And honestly, he's there just for you to get your orders, because once he attack, this is going to be your 4th attacker, because EVA pretty much don't really rely on 4th attackers anymore, but with him you can start doing your 4th attack. So you just call him, use his skill, get an order. Your order is going to have, most likely going to have 2 of the same, gets plus 10, right? So swing, this is not on Persona Ride, swing for 23, right? And then swing with your Vanguard, scale your Vanguard, counter blast 1, soul blast 1, call an Oscudate, call it basically over this guy, and guess what? Now you have interceptors. You have 4 attacks with interceptors, with 2 10k's interceptors if you decide to call the other Obfuscate. Or if you manage to get an Obfuscate from your grade 3 orders. So that will be your 4th attacker, and it's better than Combined Rush, that's why I took it out. And this deck don't really so Combined Rush, I feel like it's just a waste of Counter Blast every time when you place down an order. With this one, it's Counter Blast 1, you grab an order. You grab something you need from the deck, which is, again, 1, deck thinning, okay? Deck thinning for 1. 2, it is a 23k attacker. And 3, he is your 4th attacker, and then you just call over him with Obfuscate. So, he is extremely good. He is, like, he actually helps the deck so much that, you're just gonna have to play 2 of. Some people actually even play a playset of him, which I understand why. You know, like I said, I understand why. People will take out Bubble Mine just to play more of the grade 3. And like I said, I understood why, because you do have the grade 1 as counter chargers. Okay, you do have the grade 1 as counter chargers, which is really all you need. But for more consistency of counter charging, I decided to still play 3 Combined Rush. Because, I mean, not Combined Rush, Bubble Mine. If I don't play Bubble Mine, I'm probably going to play more of him. Like, maybe like a playset of him, or put him up to 3, you know? But, yeah. I could tell you, so, now I'm going to tell you the weakness of the deck. What the deck lose to. Okay. Due to multiple tests, multiple games that I played, okay? This deck will lose to Roro. Okay, and honestly, that is the only deck it will lose to. Because Roro is just such a monster. Like, you could do so much just on grade 2. And on my grade 2 turn, I have to do so much. I have to waste so much cards in hand just to guard against it. And by the time it's my turn, on my grade 3, I get to like, you know, go off a little bit, but then they have so much card in hand that they can literally just guard all my stuff, and then it will be back on their turn, and then they will be riding on their grade 2 turn, and then that's where they pop off even harder. At that point, I have no more cards in hand to guard against them, to be honest. And this is going first and second, because I played when I test, I went first and I went second, and I lose. I still lose regardless of what turn I go. So Rural is definitely is an EVA color. So if you play EVA, and just pray to God that you do not run into a Rural in Springfest, because they will kill you instantly, because they're just so good. They're too good. Rural is a deck that that kills EVA. But the thing is, I feel Rural will lose to probably everything else, but they will definitely kill EVA. Because I know Youth will beat Rural, but I don't know about Chrono Jet yet because I don't have the deck. So that is your worst nightmare if you're playing EVA, is Rurals. Now, for your most what do you call it? What is your expected hand for starting the game, right? You're gonna need your personas, one of each of your orders, or just one of your orders, doesn't matter. As long as you have one order in your early game, that's fine. Okay. And then next, depending on matchup, PGs would be optimal. Okay, and maybe one of him. But like I said, as long as you have one of these, your hand is actually pretty golden. You don't need Combined Rush early. You don't need obviously you don't need Obscudates early. But so pretty much now for hand, for what to hard mulligan for is these three. These three cards is what you're hard mulligan for. If you don't, then tough luck. So another thing, if you do have multiple orders in your in your hand, don't be afraid to discard one as for a ride. Don't be afraid to do it, because you have so much more in the deck that having minusing one is not a big deal. Because I know there's games where I do have to discard orders just to do a ride line, because you don't want to discard other pieces. Like, you don't want to discard your Obscudates. Well, I mean, Obscudate, actually no, you could discard Obscudates too, just because you can grab it back. But the one thing you do not want to discard is pretty much mostly your triggers, and you do not want to discard your grade 1 orders just because it's so important. You can discard the grade 3 ones. That one is fine. You can discard any of the Obscudate just because you could grab it back. You could discard this if you really don't have a choice. But yeah, so when it comes to discarding, it depends on your hand, and it depends on who you're playing against. If you're playing against a deck that does not need really much PG, how discard the PG? You know, you just have to know the matchup. Like, this is the one thing about the EVA about EVA's player, is because we have to actually know every matchup, so we have to know what to discard. It is important for us to know what we need in our hand against certain decks and what we don't need. So there will be time where I will discard PGs. There was time that I will discard orders. There's times that I will discard like order searchers or grade 1s, whatever. There will be times because of the matchup I'm playing against. So I hope you guys enjoy this deck, EVA deck profile. I don't know what deck I'm gonna make next. Probably Minerva. I'm not too sure, but I hope hopefully you guys will have fun with EVA now, because it's so damn powerful. And you all have a very, very nice day. Okay, have a happy Monday. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.